Dear colleagues, dear friends of liberty, welcome to UDG. I wish you a successful conference, but I would like to recommend you to see as much of Montenegro as you can. If you do so, I am sure you will have reason to come again in Montenegro. This conference is taking place at the University of Donja Gorica, UDG, young university, which started to work 10 years ago. UDG is a private university. I am rector and one of the founders and owners of this university. At the moment, we have around 2,300 students at 15 undergraduate study programs, around 20 master's programs, and 6 PhD programs. We have study programs in social and humanistic sciences, natural sciences and mathematics, techniques, but we also have study programs related to design and history of arts. Most of our undergraduate students start to work or open their companies before they graduate. We are the university which earns revenues exclusively from the market, from tuition fees, projects, and etc. We are not getting any subsidies or other money from the state. We are trying to develop our university on sound money. Sound money is the money you are earning on the market, in market competition. Sound money can never come from the budget loaded through new loans and rising public debt. UDG develops a liberal philosophy. There are 6 members of Montenegrin society teaching at this university. I have been the member of the board of directors of MPS, and we are very grateful to many MPS members for the support they gave us when we founded this University of Donja Gorica. I have special thanks to Professor Steve Pejovic, Ed Fellner, Professor Barbara Kolm, and unfortunately to our late friends John Blundell and the great man as Leonardo Riggio was. We are also very thankful for the support of Liberty Fund and Heritage and Atlas Foundation. I understand organization of European Resource Bank meeting at UDG and Free Market Roadshow as the great support to our liberal approach to education, support to the liberal model of society we promote. Organization of these events at UDG encourages our students. We develop liberal model of education starting from the thought of great Albert Einstein. Imagination is more important than knowledge. We develop liberal thought at UDG, trying to develop the way of thinking of our students, which is based on the premise that private property, minimal state, the rule of law, and democracy are the keystones of prosperous society. We are developing the approach that freedoms, both economic and political, are the keystones of individual dignity of every citizen. We believe in individualism, synergy, and voluntary cooperation between free individuals is bringing the prosperity to a society. I believe that one of the greatest discoveries of the Western world is the discovery that a free individual is the most powerful actor of development of one society. Why we study liberalism, especially Austrian liberal thought. For example, our students had a workshop with Mr. Jaron Brook, the director of Ayn Rand Institute, last week. Many promoters of liberal thought, especially from US and UK, are teaching at UDG. UDG students founded Montenegrin branch of Students for Liberty. Some of their proposals already shocked the general public in Montenegro and the region. They are here. You will speak about that. Today, liberalism is under great attacks everywhere. Socialism ideas, redistribution, return to collectivism and the belief in omnipotent state and Leviathan is stronger every day. Great ideological attack on liberalism and liberal ideas are coming from the political structures and from bureaucracies. They consider liberalism equal to neoliberalism, and it is being accused for economic crisis. The truth is that we, who use our words to fight for liberalism, have no new ideas to develop and implement liberal concepts in the future. That is why MPS is bureaucratized and turned into closed society. It seems that the idea of liberalism entered into academic liberalism, sterile liberalism, inert liberalism. It seems that liberalism is losing vitality and energy. Liberalism has always been and will always be the philosophy of life, not the philosophy about life. Today, liberals usually explain what liberalism is, instead of promoting the energy of creation, which is an integral part of liberalism. When people ask me, Professor, what is liberalism? I usually say, I don't know what is liberalism. I am just implementing it. I wish you a pleasant stay at Montenegro and in UDG, and thank you for your attention.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Vukotic, the rector of the university. I think nobody could have said it better from the European think tank movement in pointing out the critique that we have and in the mess, to be honest, that we are in as libertarians. We preach, on the one hand, to the converted. On the other hand, we are too weak to stand up and, be creative and fight for or promote new ideas. And when Pierre Garello and Krasen Stanchev and I were sitting together to set up the 14th edition of the European Resource Bank meeting, we said, hey guys, it's time to look for a change and to set up the entire conference in a different format, not the standard panel and ex cathedra and preaching, but we actually want only workshops and creativity, with two exceptions, where we have actually three exceptions for the next coming days, where we have one panel on IP, one panel on taxes, and a panel that we all need on fundraising and how to better promote our ideas. Again, the ERB is there to learn from each other and to expand our network and to share our ideas. Because after all, we preach the division of labor, but very few of us tend to do so in everyday's life. And I'm very grateful to our partners and also sponsors. Without UDG, and thank you again, Veselin, thank you, Milica, and the entire team of UDG. Without that, it would not be possible to be here, first of all. Second, I would like to thank CEI to support and promote and help us set up not only the workshops here, but also to share your ideas and your knowledge with us. And of course also to the US Chamber of Commerce, who has been with us only recently and started to partner with the European Road, with the ERB and the Free Market Roadshow only last year, actually 2 years ago. But cooperation has shown a lot of success. And lastly, with ATR, who are running a parallel program until 6 o'clock today. They were delayed, they were supposed to be here, but it's 25 people who will join us in. From all over the world, where we can tap into the network and where we can be, exchange ideas, and this is what we want. The big picture that Pierre, Krasen, and I shared beforehand, and I would like just to throw this out, is to set up a platform across Europe, calling in for Europe, values for Europe, where we can debate on an open way and also invite not like-minded people. Because after all, as Veselin said, it's not about, we will not shape the future if it's only libertarians. We will have to win the war of ideas again. We have lost it, unfortunately, in the past 2 decades. And the last decade has shown it, or has proven it. So what we will do is we will have a workshop tomorrow morning with students from this university who have had the task, the big task and challenge, and I thank them in advance, to set up what will be the ideal ways of how can Europe be reformed from 3 different perspectives: from the ever closer union perspective, from the libertarian perspective, and from the middle way. And we have a great referee and judge here, and Daniel Kadik has taken has taken the task of coordinating and working with and guiding us through this open workshop that I encourage you and invite you all to stand up and say, hey, no, this is not true, this is wrong, we need to focus on that. And we will run this event, every other events of the road of the ERB after this today on the ground floor of the university in a more cozier room where we can sit together and debate and exchange. We just chose this room here today for 2 reasons. The former Prime Minister Igor Lukšić will give his talk, which was scheduled actually for now, a little bit later at 6:30, and we will after 3 interventions right now, run the Dragon's Den here, which is the competition of all the new think tanks and the fresh blood that we have in our European movement. And I would like to welcome the 10 competitors, actually the 9 competitors, and wish them all good luck. We have 4 judges here sitting in the room already. We will not indicate who they are right now. You will see them when they ask the nasty questions. So be prepared. And without further ado, I would simply ask Pata, Peter, and Richard Thether to open the floor here. And the question was, where have we as think tanks failed? Why have we failed? What were the problems? What can we improve? And just a couple of minutes each, and then we would like to invite you to immediately say, hey, you did a bad job on that, or could you do that better? Or otherwise, we will still stand there next year without any improvements. And this is, with the challenges we face, not the ideal version. So Pata, Peter and Richard, you take over, wherever you want.